We're working on investigation 2.1, analyzing a table and a graph, and we are focusing on section D right now for this video. In the last video, we basically broke down how to find the cost for an amount that wasn't indicated in the table or in the graph, and it was specifically for 32 bikes. So we had to do a lot of estimation. You can see that there was a lot of rounding off, and not everyone was necessarily going to have the exact same answer, but we should be pretty close. All right, so part D asks, what patterns do you find in the table? So when we're looking at the table, we actually started going through it, or I actually kind of gave it away, when I was trying to find the information for Rocky. And what you basically are doing is you're finding the difference for each value from one to the other. All right, to see if there's any type of a pattern indicated there. And we're going to do that for both sets. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of get us started. So for Rocky, we do 535 minus 400. It's a difference of 135. And then 655 minus 535, 120. $770 minus 655 equals 115. And we're going to do one more. So 875 minus 770, 105. All right. And now we're going to do Adrian. Adrian, 300 minus 190. That's 110. 490 minus 300. Whoa. 300. Whoa. Equals 190. 600 minus 490, 110, and 790 minus 600, 190. All right, I'm going to leave the rest of this for you to do. But what we're basically looking for is this. For Rocky, it went from 135 to 120. So that's a difference of 5. This is a difference of 5. That's a difference of 10. All right? And I'm only doing that just to break it down even smaller. I'm really looking at 135 to 120, 115, 105. Those are my real differences. And I can see that there really is no consistency there. When I break it down further, I can see that it's went down by 5, went down by 5, went down by 10, and I don't know what the rest of the pattern will be. But you can see that the price is fluctuating between about $5 and $10 from each one. Okay? So if there was a pattern, I would say for Rocky, the price drops about $5 to $10 for each additional 5 bikes. All right, so that would be my rough estimation as to the pattern in Rocky. Now for Adrian, For Adrian, you can see it fluctuates between 110, 190, 110, 190. Okay? So, for Adrian, the price changes by about $80 up and down. And down for every every 5 bikes. All right, and for Adrian, you could probably, yeah, we'll leave it just like that. All right, so Adrian, the price changes by about $80 going up and down for every 5 bikes. That's probably about as close as we're going to get to an estimate for her. All right. The last thing that it asks us to do is, given this information, almost forgot, the graph. All right, so given the graph, is there a pattern? For Adrian, it's pretty much a straight line. So Adrian is steadily increasing. All right, so for Adrian, there's definitely more of a pattern than there is for Rocky. For Rocky, you can see that it increases and then it slowly starts to decrease. So the more bikes you get from Rocky, the cheaper the price goes. For Adrian, the price pretty much stays the same. So what we would say, looking at the graph, we're looking at the graph now. Adrian, the pattern is constant rate of increase. And for Rocky, the price starts out high, then decreases. The more bikes you rent. All right. So that's pretty much what we got. And that covers part D, 1 and 2. Now for part E, what I'm going to basically suggest for you is, for part E, number 1, describe a way to find the cost for renting any number of bikes from Adrian's bike shop. So for Adrian's bike shop, you can see, using the graph, you can pretty much estimate for any number. For Rocky, you pretty much have a table. So the only way to estimate is to basically, you're going to have to play with the table a little bit and try to figure out how you'd find the cost. So it's up to you to figure out how you're going to figure that part out. All right, and then in class, we'll actually talk more about that, and we're going to be working with Adrian and Rocky's data quite a bit going forward. All right, because we're going to figure out formulas and equations and ways that we can basically look at this and get more information out of it.